Commas with lists by me. Okay, let's get started. When there are two items in a list, don't use a comma to separate the list items unless it helps your reader. If there are more than two list items, then those following U.S. conversation convention should use a comma before the conjunction, usually and or. If your organization advocates the so-called Oxford comma, then use a comma. If you have a case when breaking convention makes the text clearer, and that could mean omitting or inserting the comma depending on which convention you're following, then break convention. Clarity trumps both conventions. Example, bread, comma, milk, comma, and cheese. The Oxford comma. When a comma is used before the conjunction in a list, it is known as an Oxford comma. Some people, mostly but not exclusively British, consider the Oxford comma to be a waste of ink, while others, mostly but not exclusively Americans, strongly campaign for its inclusion. There really is no rule. You should follow whatever convention your company follows. If you don't have a company convention, then copy the convention used in a decent national newspaper. If you're free to make your own mind up, then pick a convention and be consistent. That's the golden rule. Examples: bread, comma, milk, and cheese. For those who don't use the Oxford comma. Bread, comma, milk, comma, and cheese. For those who do use the Oxford comma. London, comma, Paris, and New York. For those who don't use the Oxford comma. London, comma, Paris, comma, and New York. For those who do use the Oxford comma. Test. My mom went to this. My mom went to the store. Here's her shopping list: bread, milk, cheese, and waffles. Well, where do the commas go? I'm going to pause for a minute. Do 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 do. Okay, so if you guessed a comma between bread and milk, you're correct. If you're referring to, and if you did one in between milk and cheese, you are also correct. Now, if you also included the Oxford comma, then right here would also be correct. It would not be wrong unless you were thinking that's not the Oxford comma, then you were wrong because that is an Oxford comma. We're excited. This is where I went to get all of this. grammarmonster.com/lesson/commas in lists.html. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. And again, this is Wesley from the Grammar Gremlins News. Good